to the Fourth Estate Militia Actual Play. The team takes to the desolate combat course astride a war machine proper for surviving in the Barrens. Juliet and Kennel throw hands, Horatio spins the wheel, and Improv turns everything into an ejector seat. Oh, and a mystery SUV sitting outside your home is never a bad omen, right? It's time to begin episode 47, Buy Tires and or Things.
Juliet, you have two behind you, two in front of you. Kennel, you're in the bed of the truck with Juliet. It's starting to get pretty crowded back here.
Hello, boy.
All of you get to act before these guys because they rolled not as well as you.
I'm going to hold action until everyone else has gone.
And I believe we had two on the hood of the car in Juliet's line of fire, and then there's two in the bed of the truck with me. So, Jules, if you would like to go first, or if Improv has an awesome idea.
Not on my point, I'm not really involved in the direct combat here, so I think it's on you.
I mean, there are two on the hood.
Does this vehicle have, the hood-mounted exhaust pipes or anything?
Control action, pop the hood.
Could I make a hardware check to do that mechanically since I'm in the engine?
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely. That'd be awesome. Okay, so this thing pops up. One goes flying off. It hits the ground and rolls. You see an instant bruise form and a piece of skin get pulled off as this guy rolls across the torn up asphalt. The other one, he's just holding on to the edge of the actual engine compartment. So there's one barely hanging on and two on the inside.
I got one.
No, you didn't. Them suckers fell off. That hood's broken.
Okay.
So, Jules, you want to open fire on this guy?
This is a Marlin. It's a single shot. I know these things. I'm just going to punch one of them. So which one is in punching range? That's the question.
Either one in the bed.
Alrighty.
Okay, you connect.
That would be 15p.
Okay, the guy that's here, with however you hit him, it knocks him back. He trips over the tailgate of the truck and falls out backwards. Despite rolling, doing a backwards roll, he's still moving forwards because of momentum.
Oh, God, that brings back memories. I saw that in Texas once.
Yeah, I've seen a guy on a motorcycle do that. That doesn't look pleasant.
Yeah, drunk guy standing in the bed of a pickup truck while the drunk guy driving it decided to try to spin the tires, and they got purchased, so the truck went forward and the guy went spinning, and it was not pleasant because head wounds bleed a lot.
So either Horatio or Kennel?
Well, Horatio wanted to hold action to see what happens next, so I'm going to take this opportunity. Is this gentleman holding any form of weaponry, the one that remains in the bed of the truck?
Yes, he is holding a weapon.
What is it? Like a firearm, a sword, an axe? Just first glance, what kind of weapon does it appear to be?
It's a hafted weapon.
I can't make good use of that, which is the problem, so I'm just going to kick him out of the truck. And that would be 5 hits with the kick martial art, and I have reached 2.
What's the damage?
That would be 11 stun with no AP because it's just melee.
Similar thing to Juliet. You beat his physical limit. When you kick him, the edge of his foot catches the end of the bed as he then goes tumbling off bodily. So Horatio, there's one guy holding on to the engine compartment, his feet dragging on the ground. The hood of the car itself is open.
Well, since we're probably seeing from our sensors, right, we're going to do a shake and bake. Jerk hard to the left and then hard to the right and try and get this guy off.
Oh, no. So do you shake him off onto anything, or do you just kind of sling him off on into the, or just onto the road?
I mean, ideally, he'd go underneath us and get squished by tires and or things.
Okay, the rest of you feel what almost feels like a big bump on the back right tire as the whole car lurches upwards suddenly. And would everyone please make me a perception check then? Improv, Juliet, and Horatio, all of you would see this. You see a small, well, I'll say small, you see a squadron of helicopters that move over, then move towards the building that you guys had left of where the whole gladiator show was going on.
Boy.
And out of it, you see multiple people begin rappelling down from the helicopters themselves. all the lights and the smoke machines that were going on instantly shut off.
Oh dear.
Ruh-roh. Well, Kennel
So
doesn't know any
what
of
do
this
you
is
guys do?
happening, so he's busy being pumped up and flexing really hard because this is amazing. He just kicked a man off a truck.
Juliet's paranoia is flaring up. She's clinging to the Marlin rifle, head rotating, like trying to catch anything that might be moving.
Oh, look out! It's a bird.
Oh man.
When you can't tell what's out of character or in character for Worth, it gets a little confusing.
That means he's doing something right. So, what are the gangers around us doing? Like, are they moving toward?
They've stopped. The people who were shooting at you, there no longer appears to be any guns going off. You have no rockets coming towards you. Everything is just shut off.
Is the vehicle still moving?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Improv. What's up? Did they not pay the power bill or something? What's going on? Why ain't they shooting us no more?
I don't know. Someone might be making a move. I mean, like, remember the last time we saw a helicopter and I killed everybody on it?
I mean, should we run for it?
I actually don't know the answer to that question.
Yes, it's Blue Canaries. We gotta move.
So does Horatio floor it? Because
Yes.
I will grab Juliet to make sure she doesn't go tumbling out of the back of the truck, and I will drop down nice and low. Because last time there was a helicopter around, it shot us with a fragging assault cannon, and it hurt a lot, and we flipped our truck. So I'm a little paranoid, just a little bit.
This would be leaving all of your normal stuff behind.
Crap.
Just to put that in perspective.
My 15,000
Oh.
New Yen murder armor with the exploding acid packs. Oh god. Is it worth going back to try to get our gear?
If we're gonna deal with a helicopter, I'm tempted to say no.
Multiple helicopters, really.
I only got a rifle.
Oh, frag. Just
You know, because we can.
However, we are getting this vehicle.
Yes.
Oh, I'm doing the math in my head, and it's a small price to pay. 15 grand for armor. I got to
I
wear
mean,
once.
If we have to, we sell one of the Gophers back at our base, right?
It's I'll consider it a team investment. I'm happy to spend the money on that. So Kennel's gonna hold his
We
hand
just
up.
keep
You gotta live.
amassing vehicles.
Big Bob's used car lot.
You guys have like 8 of them right now.
Horatio, just drive before I change my mind.
Oh, I am.
And then he'll kind of like gently pet Juliet's back. Don't worry, we'll buy you some more cigarettes. You don't got to go back for yours.
So you guys just drive off?
Back there.
We all have PTSD relating to helicopters, so
Yeah, I don't think any of us want to deal with helicopters again for a while.
Okay.
not KE ones anyway.
So all of your go gear is gone. All of it.
Could we just take cover inside the building? I mean,
Well-
but weren't the cars going back under a covered garage?
Well, they landed on that building.
Oh, oops.
There were more
Yeah.
than one, so we're looking at like
Yeah.
12 plus officers, right?
Uh,
Probably more like 20, because you're not going to land helicopters without ground support, especially in the Barrens, right, where the gangers usually have anti-air missiles, armored jackets, that kind of stuff. That's replaceable. It sucks, but
Yeah.
Okay. Strangely enough, like as you're driving through, this whole area seems to have been it seems to have like been a place that, like intentionally collapsed to funnel you through a gauntlet, weapons and turrets and all that sort of stuff. The vast majority of it has been shut down, and you can actually see multiple drones, and a lot of the gangers that you had saw previously are actually going through a bunch of these hard spots and getting what they can and running off with it instead of actually shooting at you through common sense. It seems like whoever owns this place is trying to bug out, just trying to get everything gone. And you eventually reach the end, which is just you're boxed in. All of the side streets have debris and everything that has been piled over to make it difficult to get through. It's still possible to get through, but you're going to have to either drive over it or through all of it.
is there anything I could hit as a ramp?
Or is there anything that the combined might of Juliet and Kennel and Horatio could possibly pull down to either make an opening or to provide said ramp.
Make me a searching check.
Ooh, 5 hits on perception.
That's a roll.
Okay, Kennel, there's a area that it seems to have been like what they were using for what was going to be the last target or the last tower for you guys to get to. And you'd have to climb up there, but you'd be able to lower down some scaffolding. And when you drive over it with a car, it should collapse on top of some rubble. That'll at least get you up and over the worst of it.
Well then, I really don't like those helicopters and their cops, and we all know I don't mess with cops. So I am going to straight do my King Kong impression, and I'm going to climb that tower, and hopefully not fall out. Hey, 3 hits.
Are you happy with that amount of successes?
Approximately how far up do I need to climb?
It's only like 15 feet.
You know what? There are helicopters back there. I think I should spend a little bit of edge to re-roll failure, so I'm going to spend 1 edge and roll 7 more dice. That brings me to 4.
Okay, you're a little slow getting up there because this is all very unstable ground, but you're able to get up there, and all you have to do is just unhook a couple of latches and then push it down, and you should be good to go.
Okay, then I will scamper back down, and I will get back in the truck. And I'm already making that arm forward pumping motion for go, go, go. And again, I am going to crouch nice and low in the bed of the truck because I still don't want to get shot.
All right, Horatio, would you make me one more piloting check?
Well, let's edge that.
Oh, good lord.
Oh yeah, no problem. You're able to get it up there. And like I said, the whole scaffolding itself collapses, but it brings down enough debris in front of you that you're able to more or less use it as a ramp to get your wheels up underneath and on top of like the cargo containers that they have piled up blocking entrance out into this street. You're able to climb up and get over and slowly work your way down. Yeah, and you're able to get yourselves out.
One question, were we allowed to keep our comm links on us?
No,
Okay.
Oh boy.
not unless they are implanted.
You know, that's one of those things that I always want to do is get an implanted comm link. And every time there's always something else that I need to use that downtime for or spend that money on. And it never fails to
One
bite
thing
me.
to consider is when we went into this place, Kennel, you and I went in knowing we were going into a trap. And so we brought different gear, right?
Yeah, I'm making a list of everything that I brought, and it's all my heavy fun stuff.
Did they let us keep our microtrans and subvocals?
Nope. Just everything that you brought with you is gone. That's not implanted or anything like that. But good news is you do have form-fitting body armor.
Hey, nice.
Though it's in bright red with a large triangle and Ares insignias. Or
Less
not
fun.
Ares, Horizon insignias. So again, you guys avoid a plot hook.
I mean, when you have like 6 armor and there's like 4 helicopters, I'm just gonna say.
Oh, I would have done it too. Don't
Common
worry.
sense.
Believe
Wait,
me,
nope.
I was doing the math in my head of what's the statistical probability of Kennel punching through cops who are in any kind of riot gear. And I'm good at unarmed, but I can't kill him that fast. Like that's the issue.
No, I get it.
I should have made an
That-
Artaki.
that was the smart play.
If I had made an Artaki, that's 4 arms. That's twice as many punches.
I don't think that's how that works. Anyway,
It's twice as many intercepts.
so whenever you guys finally make it back to the treehouse, out in front, parked right at the gate, is sitting a Sidewinder.
Oh, is it?
You know,
the
we got bombs there. We could just blow it up.
Is the Sidewinder have colors on?
Nope.
Now, to be clear, we're referring to the SUV or we're referring to the rocket?
The GMC Sidewinder.
Okay.
Does it appear from Improv's mechanic eyes to be kind of bare bones, or does it seem fully functional?
It is completely black. The windows are fully tinted. Even like the rims and everything are colored black. Without
Okay.
a roll, I can't tell you. Without a roll, I can't tell you more than that.
So basically, what I'm looking at, does this look like a vehicle that has an extra 50% to every stat?
Possibly. I'll need a roll. Most likely.
Okay. Oh no, it's the feds. They're the only ones who get the 50%. When a Fed sits in a Sidewinder, it magically gets 50% extra everything.
But it's just sitting there, idling. A couple of your guys are watching it from the inside of from the inside of your compound. Yo, boss.
Oh, Kenna's gonna like parley with them.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm wearing spandex, right? And you want me to go talk to these suckers? Yo, Jules, just shoot me
Mhm.
first if they got cuffs. Just shoot me first. This is not my day.
Yeah,
Man.
I need to find a gun.
Well, you still got
You
the
have a
Marlin.
sporting rifle.
It counts technically.
I'll ram them.
This-
Don't worry. Just stay out of the way.
It's only shoots with. No, not even AK. Where are our AKs?
Well, Kennel will jump out of the bed of the truck and he will start walking toward this SUV. And he's doing his best to not be broken, but he's feeling a little sunk right now.
Okay.
I feel good. You know your troll, your horns look so good in that outfit.
Yes, your thermal deposits don't point out at all through this very form-fitting body.
So Kennel is going to walk up so that he is in front of our vehicle, but he's to the side because Horatio made a comment about ramming these guys, and he wants to make sure he doesn't get run over. But he will hold his arms out. Sup?
The back passenger side window rolls down, and sitting there is a very attractive elven woman. She's wearing a dark pair of glasses. You can see like the telltale sign of very well done and what would normally be fairly hidden, but she has her hair pulled back in that way they do their hair, like where they have like the chopstick looking things that hold their hair in place.
Like when it's tied into a bun and they use the chopsticks to hold it.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, you normally wouldn't be able to see it if like she had it down, but like you can see like just below her right ear, like a data jack and a couple other various pieces of cyberware. And she goes, "That's a very nice outfit."
I mean, what's up? And he's flexing that I'm not like posing a flex, but I'm making my muscles look bigger. You parked in front of my door. Can I help you, ma'am?
She gives you a slight smile. It doesn't like go past her lips. It's just like a smile at her lips, and she looks you up and down. How about you go get dressed, and then we'll talk.
Kettle will just stare at her for a minute before he realizes the reason nobody's answering him is because he doesn't have DNI right now. So it's one of those, oh, I don't have my comlink on me. So after an awkward minute of standing there, he will just, aight, cool. And he'll walk towards the gate and he'll signal to a part of our crew that's inside to open the gate.
Yeah, and the car will pull back, and the window will slowly ride up, and they let you through.
Make sure to tell them about the bombs. They better drive exactly where I drive.
They don't go inside. They just let you go through the gate.
Kennel will, once he's inside and once we have our vehicle inside, he will just yell back, yo, give me like 5, aight? And he'll get back in the vehicle so we can drive to the treehouse and put on something a little more appropriate for a meeting.
I'm gonna swap into my bike racing armor.
I don't think Juliet has any spare armor. She just had to put
Well,
on
you
normal.
probably have armored clothes, right?
No, she just has her armored jacket, and that was it.
Oh, I mean that.
What's the availability rating of armored clothes?
I mean, an armored jacket is availability 4, so.
Like, yeah, if you wanted to, you could have picked one up on the way.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll just
Well,
do-
no, you would probably have a spare because like you guys have one for like everybody there, so there's probably like a spare that you can use.
Sounds good. I'm assuming spare AK too, and she can dig out some more ammo, yada yada.
Yeah,
Well, Kennel has his old armor jacket, and he is trying to debate between the rapid transit, because it makes his calves look big, and the armored jacket. But he'll finally settle on the armored jacket, and we will get the Hellhound to come with us. So we got Drogon on our
Oh,
side.
don't worry. I've got my AK. If they do anything, I'll shoot them. I've got these good hollow points still. I'm gonna miss that TMP though, and then you see a tear begin to fall from his eye.
as you come walking out, the cockatrices are out in the front yard scraping up everything like chickens do. The gate is opened up for whoever wants to go outside.
Well, Kennel will lead the way with Drogon on his side, and he will instruct the cockatrices to continue their patrol, because that's what they're trained to do. And we'll do our best to keep Improv directly behind us because we don't know what's happening, and she's smart and she usually figures stuff out, and we do as we're told. I would have grabbed my backup comm link. It's what the G-Shi, the one that I used to have before we got the Nixdorf, which is gone.
Didn't you guys have like 11 Nixdorfs?
Did we sell
Did
those?
we?
Yeah, because
I don't think you got. Yeah, I don't think you guys sold them.
We looted a bunch of them. I didn't know if we sold them or not.
I know you guys didn't, because you just sold the Urban Brawl gear.
Oh, well then, fuck it. I'll grab a new Nixdorf. And as we're walking out there, because it's really important to Kennel, he will set up his dating profile account on this one because, I got people I got to swipe right with.
So who's going with Kennel?
I will go.
I might as well go too. Unless there's a reason. There's no reason to split us otherwise, right?
No, it's up to you.
Juliet is going to stay behind unless she's called and just start basically scrounging more gear because she feels, well, practically naked and she really, really, really wants to correct that.
You could always talk to Zap and see what he has.
Oh, sure.
Because he has that shipment that you guys have sitting just underneath your area.
True. But that'll take some time, so she'll sit out.
So Kennel will walk out there and he will have Drogon on his side. And again, trying to keep Improv a little bit more behind him because she's soft and tiny, and Horatio to his other side. And he will greet the lady in Japanese, like basically just an arigato. And he will wait for her to acknowledge him.
The door pops open.
Yo, I don't know about y'all, but I am real tired of riding in other people's wheels. Wait, is she getting out, or are we getting in?
Nope. She leans her head. Just get in. We're not going to go anywhere.
Alright. And Kennel just throws his hands up and he's like, fine, but my dog is coming with us.
Fine.
And he will get in, and he will keep Drogon directly in front of him.
Does Improv and Horatio get in?
Sure.
Oh yeah,
Let's do it.
Really
Ride or
awkward.
die. We'll see how this goes.
Okay, the door closes. Matrix connection gets cut off.
Oh no.
Kennel, I think you're the only one with increased hearing spectrum. You begin hearing, it sounds almost like vibrations. Like even for you, it's hard to pick up. Like you almost hear like the windows vibrating. And she goes, so, you're the red wires.
Yeah.
Don't look like much.
Well, that's because we aren't in our regular outfits. So usually we wear a lot more flash, like suits and dreck.
Yeah, listen, Cobb, looks can be deceiving.
I am not affiliated, nor ever have been affiliated with any security contractors.
No, Cobb means never mind.
So you seem to know who you talking to, and you will have to forgive me. I've had like a real messed up day so far. And who are you, and what can we why are you here?
Business.
Okay, I'm a fan of business, but what kind of business are you looking for?
Preferably a long-term deal that is both profitable for both parties involved, which would be the party that I represent as well as you all.
Wait, are we going to be invited to this party? Like, is it like what kind of party? Like a pool party? Because I ain't been to one of those in a long time.
A gathering of like-minded individuals, not so much a party as you think of it.
Kendall starts to open his mouth, and then he'll just close it. Okay, so look, don't take this the wrong way. I've been awake like a real long time, and I am not following what you want. Like you say, you want to do some business, then you talk about having some parties, then you talk about people being of like mind, and
When you say that you've been awake for a long time, she reaches into the very nice coat that she's wearing.
the moment her
Like
hand
she's wearing it.
disappears, Kendall will actually ball his fists up and prepare to throw a punch if need be.
She does it very slowly, but she's wearing a business formal type suit, just like with a skirt. It's like black pinstripe, and she has a very nice thick jacket over top. And she just reaches into her jacket, pulls out a small needle. She shows it to you, pulls off the tip, and if you'll allow her, she'll place it like onto your into your leg.
No, he will shake his head and, my daddy didn't teach me much, but he told me not to take candy from strangers. I mean, unless you're paying for it. So, I'll pass.
It's long haul. It'll wake you up. She just holds it in between two fingers and shows you. It's like the standard packaging of what you would pick up at Stuffer Shack.
How about we find out exactly what you're looking for before we start shooting me up with anything, alright?
Very well. She reaches behind her. She says, you can read, right?
Can I read? Of course I can read, man. Like I've read a book before.
Okay. She'll nod very curtly and reach behind a seat and pulls out a large packet of papers that she then sets in front of you and a small table. This is like limo style seating in this thing. There's like a bench that goes all the way around this and a table that kind of pops up in the middle of all of you that she sets this large packet of papers in front of all of you.
Kennel will look at at Horatio and we'll look at Improv, and then he will like do like a pantomime, like opening his jacket and pulling out a pair of glasses and putting these invisible glasses on, and he'll start looking at the packet. What does it say?
It is details of a potential mining operation. Basically, you would just be agreeing to a mining operation either within the vicinity of where you guys operate. You would be paid a certain amount of money to protect this mining operation and allowing a certain amount of trucks per day to come in and out without harassment or any interference.
Kennel is gonna just lean over to the other two, and he's gonna say to the lady first. He's gonna say, "Excuse me while I confer with my my colleagues," and he's going to explain what he's been reading. Well, basically, he's going to read off the keywords because he doesn't really understand all of it. It's just so that they know what he's talking about, and he'll look back at the lady and he'll say, "So you wanna pay us to drive your trucks around here and do mining?"
No, just protect them. More or less leave them alone.
Well, there's a big difference between the two because this is a dangerous area. I don't know if you ever been to the Barrens before, but you in the heart of it, baby. So if you want protection, that's one thing. But if you want
I'm aware. That's why I'm here.
us to just leave it alone, you're asking one thing. If you want us to keep them safe, that's something entirely different.
Let's let Improv read them. She's
I
like
will.
smart.
Yep. I will attempt to read that. Is there a role I could make that would be relevant in this situation?
What sort of knowledge skills do you have? Do you have anything pertaining to law or anything like
No, but I do have sprawl life scavenging, and mining in Redmond is a big part of sprawl life.
Okay, no. Like, I'll allow that. That's actually a pretty clever idea.
Bravo.
You know, because you don't know when you're going to stumble on the sudden MCT strip mine, and then they just shoot you. And I'm like, oh shit,
Are you happy with the amount of successes?
I'm good for now.
Okay, it's actually looking like these guys are wanting to set up a proper mine here, like a mine slash scavenging operation.
Okay.
The details, you're just to protect what is immediately within your holdings. There will be on-site security that will be protecting that area themselves, but you're to assist in any way possible should the need arise, and basically just to leave the trucks alone.
How far away from our base is it?
That is not in the contract. That is actually something that has a couple of different options that you guys would be allowed to pick. They have 3 key areas that they have actually done a lot of surveying underneath y'all's nose without you realizing it. There are 3 key areas. Each one gives you a greater amount of money. One is actually directly inside your base,
Yeah.
which would be the most. There's one that's not far away. It's not like within like a block or so, and then another one that's within 2 or 3 blocks that you'd be getting paid less for.
Okay, because guys, what we want is we want to take these other 2 sites and as much as possible get as much surface area around our base as possible, because that will close off an avenue of advance for other people.
Aww. I was actually just thinking of that.
All right, because you'll have all these dudes with corp guns. You know, maybe you don't want to start shit with them. We're obviously not doing the one in our base, because I mean, just obviously. But I'm fine with the other 2.
Yo, how long is this going to last? Like, I ain't going to do this for the rest of my life. We talking like a couple of days, or we talking like yo, you going to be here for my birthday or something?
The contract is per year to be redone and revamped every year.
And Kennel makes kind of a sour face. He's like, "Look, ma'am. Wait. By the way, what do you want us to call you?"
Miss Ivanov.
Yo, Improv, is that Italian? Is she mafia or something? Something don't smell quite right, ma'am, Miss Ivanov. I mean, you willing to pay us all this money to provide you a little bit of extra security, just so you can dig rocks out of the ground?
Whether if we are digging rocks, minerals, metal, or frankly, just water, it's none of your business.
Kennel will get a very serious face when she says that. Wait a minute, are you going to be using ghouls to dig this stuff up?
The methods that we use are not part of the contract, nor are we willing to disclose this.
Kennel is he's leaning back and he's got a tight grip on the leash to the hellhound, and he's debating whether or not to have the dog breathe fire.
I mean, that's always a response, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Kennel doesn't know what to say. Like I don't know what to say. Yo, when do you want an answer, Miss Ivanov?
And she just cocks an eyebrow at you. This offer will not last once you leave this vehicle.
Since there's no DNI in here, he'll just look at Horatio and Improv. What are you two thinking?
I mean, it's good money.
Is that gonna pay for our boys? Math is kind of fuzzy.
This will be a lump sum.
Yeah, the math is kind of fuzzy. Then he looks at Improv.
What do you mean?
Right? Is this gonna set us up in our kingdom?
I mean, it's a lot of money. I think she would think it's a good idea because again, we can get money from them. They have some of their own. Like, I mean, basically, this is a don't raid us contract, right? Because they don't want to have to deal with that shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So I mean, they're capable of protecting themselves. They're not going to bother us because Corps know there's no point trying to like expand past fortified facilities in Redmond because it's such a fucking shithole. And it gives us a more or less secure front in that direction, if only because people don't want to start shit with these guys.
Oh, so they're gonna be like our vassals.
Yo, man, we don't know if these people are cool. Don't be calling them no vassals. He'll look at the lady, Miss Ivanov. I'm sorry for my man's language here. He was raised in a crude household.
Okay, so it's like protection money.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good.
Now, the one thing I'm concerned about, man, you said that, that we can't be messing with your people. What about, like, are you gonna be messing with our operations? Because we some major players around here.
No. As much as we possibly can, we shall be keeping to ourselves. This is only to further our means and give us profit.
It was like a word we don't really understand.
Now, you are Horatio, correct?
I prefer King Horatio.
Can you roll me a perception check, Horatio? All right, you see the faintest twitch of like right between her eyes. You've seen people roll their eyes enough, like it's that telltale twitch that they get, like when they really want to roll their eyes, but they're not supposed to. I have something I've been told that you're looking for.
Okay.
If you would allow, you will get both of these if you do sign this contract.
Oh, is it the new side view mirrors for your truck?
She again reaches behind the seat that she's in, except this time it folds fully down. And she pulls out a large black carbon fiber case that she then slides over in front of you, Horatio.
We'll pop it open without any ceremony.
It opens up, and inside are two of the shiniest TMPs that you have ever seen. They're not chrome, and they're not gold. It's more of an orangey color.
My gun trivia is tingling.
Do any of you have anything?
Scavenging?
The closest I have
Scavenging
is
could work.
like fantasy trids, like fantasy sci-fi.
Fantasy and sci-fi trades would be perfect here.
Oh, that skill has come in useful so many times. It's hilarious.
I'm
most-
edging that.
Most of the time when he's used it, it's been complete bullcrap. Let's be honest. This might be the one time where that skill is
Oh my
actually
God.
useful. Yeah, you have no idea what this is.
Is that pepper punch? It looks orange.
I forgot to explode it.
Oh no, the first one was just rolling my dice pool, and the second one was re-rolling failures. And that's a whole lot of no hits.
Improv scavenging could work.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks like copper or bronze.
So copper tin. Okay. Interesting.
Copper or bronze. They look fairly similar.
Okay. So wait, like this is the metal they're extracting?
It's what's on the machine pistols that are in front
Oh,
of Horatio.
okay. I'm sorry. Wow, bronzing isn't really a thing that's a big thing anymore. So these are nice pistols, Horatio. Damn.
Oh, I'm salivating. He doesn't say that, but there's actually a little bit of drool that's dripping out of his mouth in between his tusks, and then he closes the box. Okay, and his hands are kind of shaking as he hands it back to the elf.
And she'll take the case and set it beside her, still in view.
His eyes don't go away from it because a Baron's king needs a weapon fit for the Baron's king, and his hands kind of shake as he says that.
So take your time and discuss. If you would feel it's more appropriate, I can sit up front with my driver. You will have complete privacy in here.
We should. He whispers this, but it's painfully obvious to anyone around. We should probably roll down a window and talk to Juliet and tell her what we're agreeing to.
I like that, but how about we just open the door a little bit and you just yell it's okay? Because I'm afraid she's gonna start shooting in the car.
Okay.
He knows me so well.
So without actually waiting to be told, he's going to reach over to open up the car door, just a crack, and he'll put his face up by the crack, and he'll yell, "Yo, Jules, get in here, girl."
So yeah, Juliet, you can come and join them.
All right.
And we will.
And do you guys want her to leave and give you guys some privacy or not?
It feels like it'd be kind of rude to kick her out of her own car, but
Well, she's just going to get in the front seat.
sure, because there's no way she has it bugged.
Okay, yeah. So she'll get when Juliet comes walking up, she'll get out and go in the front seat.
And kind of will rapidly fill in Juliet on everything that's happening. Explanation that this is like some kind of mining company being super secretive, so they're probably like some real business. And the three options of having them mine inside our base, just outside of our base, and far away from our base.
And the container with the machine pistols is still sitting there.
So I mean, that's a lot of money. It's it's simple protection, and I'm a little worried. Like, what's if we say no? What's to stop them from just like dropping bombs and stuff on us?
True. Do we know what's in there?
I don't know, man. Like rocks and dirt and stuff. I mean, we never did figure out. Remember when we and he'll get quiet and lean forward. Remember when we did that job? We had them ghouls and stuff. Like we never like. What if this is the same people? Like, what if they know it was us?
Yo, they're paying us a lot of money, so who cares?
Yeah, but do we want to let people in like into the tree house, or should we just like keep them outside?
I don't care. They're paying for the privilege, right? As long as they pay, they can be vassals. I don't care.
Let's give it a little more thought. Improv.
Yes.
Can you do a bit more? She waggles her finger.
So our beloved GM Pickled Pops had a moment where he felt he was getting a little too loose with the milieu of Shadowrun, getting a little too campy with Ukasian gladiator games. So we stopped the session and I mean all of us that is, we had a long discussion about how we wanted the campaign to continue. Now, we the players have been loving what Pickled Pops created, but since all of us are GMs, either in the Shadowpoint or Runner Hub living communities or in various home games, we understand where he was coming from. So we ended up doing a rather quick wrap up to the Gladiator games and moved a few chapters ahead in the campaign. As always, we'll see you next week, and thanks for listening.